Hello everyone, this is lesson 1 of the Arduino and C notes. So lesson 01, make this header 1, and then in this lesson we will learn how to add libraries and open the serial monitor. These are two separate topics. I'm including them in the same lesson. So first, let's talk about the libraries. Okay. Libraries are a collection of code that makes it easy for you to connect to a sensor, display, module, etc. An example of a module which we're going to be downloading today is called the Liquid Crystal library, which makes it easy to talk to character LCD displays. These are like screens that we can connect to the Uno boards. On the internet, there are hundreds of additional libraries available for download. Some built-in libraries are listed in the reference. To use libraries, you will need to install them. Now, you can use one of 3 methods to install libraries in your Arduino IDE. Number 1, you can open the Manage Libraries tab through Sketch, Include Library, or the micro board icon on the left. Here you will see many libraries. I'll show you guys. So open the Arduino IDE. Let it load. Alright, so to access the Manage Libraries tab, you can either go through Sketch, Include Library, and Manage Libraries. Let's take a screenshot of this. Like so. And let's add this onto here. Like this. Here, okay, this is one method of going to the Manage Libraries or the Library Manager. Another way is you see this, you can click off and click back onto it into the Library Manager. Oh, this is the Boards Manager. So the icon are some books. Or the books icon. So let's download an library. For example, the ATmec EEPROM. This is one of the chips that's on the Uno board. You can see the different versions here. For this, there's only one version, so we don't need to worry about it. And then to install, we just click the install button here. Like so. It says processing, installing. Then just let it run its course, and then it says successfully installed library, and then it says installed here. So let's put that as an example. AppMac EEPROM by, who's the author? By Fax Engineering. By Fax Engineering. Engineering is capital E, alright. And then we should talk about, you can choose the version from the drop down to the left of the install button. Should include this. Okay, so the manage libraries is the first method of installing libraries. Another method, let's make a second. Another method is to import a .zip library. So let's do that. From the same place, sketch include library, add a .zip library. So here, and then goes into our files. I'll go into our course. This is the thing we downloaded from the Google Drive. Go in, go to English, libraries, and then let's install the liquid crystal that I talked about that controls LCD displays. So we open this. Let's take a screenshot of this actually. So liquid crystal. Okay, let's open it. And then this is the same. And then it says successfully installed library. Let's paste this on here. This is liquid crystal. Example is liquid crystal.zip. Okay. And then some technical stuff to note is that inside the folder there will be a .cpp file, a .h file, and often a keywords.txt file, examples folders, and other files required by the library. This is just some things that might be inside of the folder. Okay. Now the third method of doing this, is to manually install the libraries. Manually install libraries. Let us imagine a library called Arduino Party. Now this library doesn't exist. This is a library that we're making up for the sake of the argument. And we're trying to manually install the library. So we need to first uncompress the zip file, which should contain a folder called Arduino Party. Inside this folder, there should be files such as Arduino Party.cpp and Arduino Party.h inside. If no such files were found in the folder, you must create a folder called Arduino Party and move all the files in the zip file into this folder. So let's specify that files such as Arduino Party.cpp and Arduino Party.h. So these are some of the files that we should move into the folder. And then next, simply paste this folder into the Arduino libraries folder. So the Arduino libraries folder is this on my computer. It's in this PC, documents, Arduino, and then libraries. These are the two libraries that we just downloaded, AppMac EEPROM and Liquid Crystal. So if we wanted, we could create a new folder and call it Arduino Party, and then add the .cpp and .h in here. But right now I don't have those files, so let's delete this. Alright, so under Windows, the path is most likely my documents, Arduino, and then libraries. Under Mac, this is most likely documents, Arduino, libraries again. And then under Linux, this is most likely the libraries folder in your sketchbook. Okay, so this is basically how to install libraries onto the Arduino IDE. Next, let's talk about the Arduino serial monitor. Arduino serial monitor. Alright. Inside the Arduino IDE, there is a useful feature that allows two-way communication between the microcontroller and the platform while code is being run. This amazing feature is the serial monitor. To access the serial monitor, click the serial monitor button on the top right corner. So go into the IDE. This is the serial monitor right here, and this is the serial monitor terminal. Alright. On the top right. Oh yeah, and this is while the board is connected through the correct port. So right now it says not connected. We need to select a port and a board to connect automatically. So let's connect our Uno board onto here and demonstrate the serial monitor with some code. So plug in plug the board in, go to Tools, select the correct board and the correct port. Now the pop-up has disappeared, and then we can run some code, but be sure to include some functions. The serial.begin in the setup. So setup is the void setup part, and then a serial.print or serial.println function in the loop part, which is the loop right here. The begin function is to define the baud rate, which is 9600 baud if unspecified. So let's run some code. So in the void setup, we write serial.begin, and then we can specify the baud 9600. Don't forget the semicolon. Next lesson, we're going to talk more about programming in C, so don't worry if you don't really understand right now. And then next, in the loop, we can write a for loop and then just keep on looping it. So like for integer I equals 1, or let's do 0 for now. Integer I equals 0. I, while it's less than 2, add 1 to I, and then we can do serial.print hello world, semicolon, serial.print line I is the number for the integer here, and then we can add a delay because we don't want this. Don't forget the semicolon. And then now let's verify that the code, there's no problems in the code. Okay, so it's successful. And then now let's upload this code onto the Uno board. Now, in the serial monitor, we will see that hello world 0 and 1 are alternating like this due to the for loop being a loop between 1 and 0 here. And then now let's talk about some of the interface for the serial monitor terminal. This button here is to toggle the auto scroll on and off. So if we turn this off, there will be new lines of code being written at the bottom, but we won't automatically go to the end. If we turn this on, you can see the refresh makes everything else go up because we're scrolling down automatically now. And then this is the timestamp. If we turn this on, we can see what time this message was sent to our terminal. And lastly, this button here clears all of the output. So if we click it, it'll become blank, and then new messages will come through the terminal. And then this is to specify the baud 300, 600, then goes all the way up to how much even is this? So much. Alright. Now let's take a screenshot of, oh shoot. Let's take a screenshot of our code. And then let's put this under a new section called code. This heading 2. And then let's move our code in here. Okay, so this is basically it. Let's talk about the homework for this lesson. The homework: take a picture of the libraries downloaded, one through the library manager and another through a ZIP package. And then, for example, I'll put a screenshot of mine on. This right here are the libraries. So let's do, these are the ones that I just downloaded. I think it should be good if I included all of this, like so. And then let's put this here. Alright, make sure this is a heading as well for easy navigation. Alright, that concludes lesson 1 of the Arduino and C course.